So kind of a big weekend for the starters coming out. Mike King getting it all started on Friday night. So what did you see from him that kind of made that start so smooth for him?
Yeah, Mike was awesome. I think the first thing you saw with him is he was 0-1, 1-2 all weekend. He was ahead of everybody. He was able to mix his pitches very well. But the thing with Mike King is we've believed that he's got a chance to be a dominant ACC starter really since we recruited him. And a lot of it starts with his fastball, the life and command he has of his fastball, and that's where it started on Friday as well. And the mix was able to keep them off his fastball a little bit, but he was able to get so much soft contact with fastballs throughout that game. It was awesome. He was dominant. It's one of the more dominant outings I've ever seen in our conference. And believe me, there's some guys with some dominant stuff and throughout the years. But Mike was great, and he was kind of in complete control of a Georgia Tech offense. That's a really good offensive team. And Michael was in complete control of that game. That was a lot of fun to watch.
So Kel Johnson, a guy, really good hitter for them, a freshman, didn't play parts of the series. Did you expect him to play coming into the weekend?
Yeah, we knew he had an injury coming in, and that's a young man that's going to be a really good player. He can really, really swing it. So we knew there's a chance he might be in and out of the lineup and may or may not be able to contribute. And the thing about him that, when he was in the lineup, even with the injury, he's still really dangerous. So our guys did a very good job kind of keeping him and not allowing him to be a huge offensive factor.
So you mentioned the good Georgia Tech lineup. Did you have any specific game plan on how to attack their hitters all weekend?
I think the biggest thing for us that Coach Foster has been talking about with our boys is, first and foremost attacking with our strengths. And sometimes you can get a little bit too caught up in scouting reports and sort of get away from what it is that each specific one of our guys does well. And really one of the things that Georgia Tech can really hit a fastball, and they can really hit in general, but they can really hit a fastball. But one thing that our guys were able to do was still kind of pitch off their fastballs, all three of them, and get ahead with their fastball. And that was kind of a focus going into the weekend.
So pretty quality outings from the bullpen. Didn't have to be used that much, but still pretty much got the job done. Do you think the starting pitchers helped them out, kind of setting the tone, and then they were able to come in?
It's huge when you're able to we only used two arms out of the bullpen all weekend with Justin and Johnny, and I like our bullpen, and our bullpen's doing a great job. But it's a lot to ask any bullpen when your starters only give you five, right? So now all of a sudden the bullpen gets arrested on Friday night, and they're feeding off of what Michael did. Then we had a little competition with Mike and Johnny, and Mike goes complete game, says, "All right, Johnny, go see what you can do." And Gorman throws the ball great on Saturday, and then we give the ball to Justin. He was electric on Saturday, and then Jesse, who's been a swing guy, and he's so valuable. We've seen him out of the pen, able to start him this weekend because we didn't have to use him early on. If Jesse gives us 3 on Friday or 3 on Saturday, we can't start him on Sunday. Maybe we can use him for an inning or two out of the bullpen, but he comes out rested and is able to, 6 2/3 perfect, and give us 7 with I think it was 82 pitches. So everything, sort of stemmed from a great outing on Friday and then another great outing on Saturday.
So you don't have an idea who'll be pitching tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going to give the ball to Nick Poor tomorrow night to start the Beanpot with Stoney kind of backing him up. They've both done a great job for us. They're both well-deserving. Stoney started against UMass last time. He'll pitch. He's just going to pitch out of the pen. Nick Poor's going to go and give us a very quality outing like he did at Dartmouth. I guess it was last week.
So Joe Cronin, Michael Strem kind of manning 3 and 4 slots the past couple weekends now. So obviously loss of Chris Shaw. How do you think they've been kind of filling in? I'm obviously not trying to take the place, but filling in for him in that order.
Yeah, you're not going to have one guy replace 11 home runs, 41 RBIs, and that presence. You're not going to have one guy do it. But what I'm saying is 9 guys are doing it, right? 9 guys all the way through. And Michael Strem and Joey Cronin are both guys that we really believe can hit. They're very productive and dangerous ACC middle of the order bats, and but they're also feeding off of what Mock and Blake are doing in front of them. And you also look at the bottom of our order. Johnny Adams had 5 hits, 5 for 10 this weekend. So all the way through our order right now, everybody's sort of saying, I guess it's Belichick and the Patriots talk about next man up, right? And that's all well and good, but you're always going to find one man that can do what Chris Shaw does. So now we're all saying, okay, Chris is out, we got it. The 9 of us, whatever 9 are in that lineup, we'll take care of it, we'll handle it, and it's kind of allowing us to open up the offense a little bit more and do some things, be a little bit more aggressive in certain situations, and the boys are having some fun with that as well.
So a big day on Saturday kind of for you guys, the ALS game, get Pete Frates to show up. So what did that kind of mean to the team to have him there?
It was awesome. It's really hard to explain to anyone unless you can see our boys around him how much this team loves Pete and how much Pete loves this team, And so that day is so special for all our guys. I mean, for our seniors, Pete's traveled with them, pretty much every weekend throughout their career, really, until this year, almost every weekend. And the juniors, the same thing. And then for all 4 of our classes, he's such an integral part of this program. He's always in touch with them on Facebook or texting with them, and so they know how important this day is. And it's not just a day to honor Pete, because that's so much important, or that's important to all of us, but it's also Pete's mission, right? Raise awareness, raise funds to attack this disease, right? The Pete would never want it to be a Pete Frates Day. He would, even though it sort of is for us, the goal is doing what we can to eradicate this disease. And hopefully 10, 15 years from now, we got our players talking about, hopefully it's sooner than that, but there used to be this disease called ALS, right? And we know that Pete's going to be a major reason why this disease ends. So it's important to our program because Pete's important to our program. It's important to our program because this mission of beating this disease is important to our program. And it's important to our program because it's what we do at Boston College, right? This program's a family. From the boys on the team now to the former players to the parents. And when somebody in your family needs help, you help them out. And it's also what we do at Boston College, men and women for others, right? It's just ingrained in us. It's what we do.
So Pete Frates kind of also started this other trend for you guys, the Mohawks starting up for the team. So you kind of started taking part in that as well?
Yeah, so the Mohawks started with the boys about a week and a half ago. Joey Cronin, Luke Fernandez, a couple other guys, Scott Barron, and then it kind of started trickling out a couple more guys. And I think going to the game on Friday, I think we had maybe 8 or 9 guys with Mohawks. And then after the win on Friday, I get back to my phone, and Pete had sent me a text that he had, shaved the Mohawk into his head. So it was a picture of Pete with his Mohawk, said, "I'm pumped, let's go." And I sent it out to Blake and John, our 2 captains, who sent it to the rest of the boys. So we show up Saturday and like 25 of the guys have Mohawks. So then the boys are saying to me, "All right, coach, when Pete did it, you're up next." So after the win on Saturday, I said to them, "All right, if we win tomorrow, we get a sweep, I'm in. You guys shave a Mohawk into my head." So you're asking me to see it? Is that what you're asking me now?
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, Luke got me after the game on Saturday. After the game on Sunday. So yeah, they all had fun with that.
How long is it staying?
As long as we keep winning.
Looks good, Coach.
No, it doesn't. But thank you very much. I appreciate it.